Hello out there on Facebook, the Akashic Academy. Welcome. When you jump on live, please take a moment to say hello to me so I can say hello back to you. One of the most amazing things about coming to you on a social media platform is that we can interact real time, and that's something that you don't get anywhere else. Although I do want to welcome you if you are watching on the YouTube channel. And I want to inspire those new YouTube followers who are catching up with what's going on with me and the Akashic Academy on YouTube. Come check it out on Facebook. It's happening live and in real time. And you have the opportunity to connect in a way that transcends that barrier when you're watching the replay. Although all the work that we do here is independent of space and time. So we are going to do a really powerful meditation and activation here together. So even if you are watching on the replay, you're still going to get a really, really powerful experience. But Diana and Karen and Jan, who's my mama, and Dallas and Kinzel and Barbara, and I saw my girl Amanda Marie on here, and Jason Asquith and Leah and Cindy, all of you guys who are joining in right now. Oh, here's my granny. That right on. Everybody, my grandma's in the house. We got 3 generations. All of you guys who are jumping on right now, thank you for being here and experiencing the live interactive quality. Everybody except Amanda, who is driving right now, please like and share this out. This is going to be an opportunity to understand how we can come together and expand our consciousness, grow ourselves in the highest good of everybody who is connected to us, in addition to us. This is the mission that we are all collectively on here on the planet together right now, is this mission of expansion. And we change the consciousness of the entire planet by raising our own individual consciousness. Today I want to talk to you about a really cool story that inspired me this morning. I, of course, am a mentor in the Akashic Records. I help other light workers expand their current healing modalities and impact with their clients by taking them through the initiation process of being activated in the space of the Akashic Records. This is something that any single person can do. We all have these gifts and abilities. And it has been a privilege and honor to not only experience the records for my own healing, but to teach other people how to do that for themselves, and then also create their own healing modalities, their own healing businesses, really expand their own voice, because it takes all of us showing up in that capacity to affect the change and the shift that we want. That's why it's so important that as light workers, we empower each other, we support each other, we come in a collective space of growth and expansion. So I'm very, very happy you were here. The story that inspired me today came from Paulo Coelho, who you guys will recognize as the author of The Alchemist. And the story, perhaps some of you guys know it when I shared it this morning in Coach Nick's group when I was teaching the Coaches and Healers Sangha. A lot of the spiritual entrepreneurs I was working with had already heard of this story. To be quite honest, I did a terrible job reading from my page, so I'm just going to paraphrase the story. And it's going to be fine to paraphrase it because I'm teaching on something completely different than what I taught about earlier. This story is so profound. There are so many aspects of understanding that you guys can get from this story. I'll post it for you. I will go ahead and I'll take a snapshot and we'll post it on the Facebook feed for you guys. But the story is about a fisherman who lived off the coast of Brazil, who lived a very simple and beautiful life. And he started his morning by going out to sea, fishing, getting enough fish for his family for the day, coming home, presenting them to his wife, hanging out with the kids, playing, taking a nap, going into town in the evening with his buddies, and singing and drinking and dancing the night away. And when a businessman saw the fisherman and began questioning him about his life, the businessman tried to inspire the fisherman to become like him, to become a businessman and turn it into a business. And the fisherman was able to realize that ultimately he was going to get back to the place of retirement, being wealthy and free and doing whatever he wanted and living the same damn life he was living now. That was is the main idea of this story. But one part of it that really inspired me, that I wanted to dive into a little bit deeper, and hi Rena, and hi Carl, and hi Dottie, was the part about when the fisherman goes out and he goes fishing and he gets just enough for his family and he brings it back. How many of us show up in our life in that way, that we have so much trust that we only need to consume what our needs are. And then what happens is that we have space for all of these other things that feed our soul, that are important aspects of our being here on the planet. Now, at a certain point in time, and it might have been when consumerism or commerce was injected into our society, when we became consumers, we very quickly became over-consumers. And this tendency to over-consume, I want to invite you to recognize where it is present in so many different aspects of your life. All right, we generally think of food and like over-consuming food and being just like gluttony and eating too much and being so full. But we overconsume in so many areas. Our time. I know so many people are filling their schedule so jam-packed, whether you are a business entrepreneur, whether you are a mom. So many times we show up and we pack our schedule so full because we feel like we need to be doing more or showing up in a bigger way. We've bought into that idea of that we need to consume more. Right? We need to consume more acknowledgement that we're showing up. It's more. It's that more society. It's ingrained into us, right? It's hard to sometimes sit and back and relax and trust so deeply that we don't overconsume. What happens when you don't overconsume is that you create space for what really is going to expand you, and that is just being in your life, okay? Just simply being. And I really want to inspire you guys to look at your time as this valuable commodity. And when you are spinning your wheels, when you are going into that default mode, you're going to find that overconsumption or that continual drive for more every single place you look in your life. And it's so important as light workers that you hold that space for yourself to be and to just naturally expand, all right? You don't give yourself things to do, you just be, and you be comfortable in that space. You open to that space, right? We do not want to overconsume. We're programmed to think that that's really the only way that we're going to succeed, that we're going to get there, right? It's not. So today, I want to do some breathing with everybody where we hold space for what it looks like to live in a world where nobody is over-consuming. One of the big reasons why it's hard for us to give up that need to over-consume is that our fear gets triggered that, well, my neighbor's going to show up and take it all if I don't take what's mine, right? Or maybe you have good neighbors. I don't know. It is more in general. You guys get me, right? We're afraid that other people aren't going to show up in their highest essences. We're afraid that other people are going to show up in their ego and show up in greed. So I know. So a lot of you guys have a fat chance right now with where we are on the planet. Let's use this time of breathing together to hold that space. Just the what if. I know we're going into Walt Disneyland, Utopia land. We're going to play with our imaginations a little bit. As we're doing this breath, I want you guys to hold the space, hold the frequency, imagine, use your imagination to experience as much of this as you can, creating within your physical body of what it feels like to be in a space that is so open, loving, collaborative that there is no need for overconsumption. There's no need for anyone to be any more than they already are or to show up and do any more than they already are. There's no need for people to take more than what they need because there's complete trust and connection. All right? We might have a little ways to go before we feel comfortable trusting each other to this level. But I want to promise you that as we all grow and create, yes, we all have areas where we need to grow and we need to be less selfish. But as we continue to do that together and as we believe in each other, we are going to create a very profound place to continue to anchor in this idea of what does society look like when we live together in a place of peace, love, and joy, when we can access our highest wisdom. What do we create and become then? It is a question. It is the $1 million question. It's more than $1 million, right? There is truly no monetary value that we can put on the quest to find out the answer to who are we on the other side of where we have limited ourselves. All right, so we're going to breathe together today, holding that space for trusting your neighbor, trusting the guy. Okay, so you guys love your neighbors. Trusting the guy a couple houses down the street who still irritates you. Okay, we are trusting everybody in this world that we live in to grow and expand to a place of being in that level of collaboration and connection with each other, with our breath. All right, here we go. I deep breath in and exhaling. Our breath is magic, so simple, allowing us to take these thoughts and ideas, deep breath in, to fuel them up with our bodies, and then exhaling as we breathe together, creating this space in our planet right here of living in peace, connection, collaboration. Deep breath in. Using our physical vessel right now to create that which we know is possible, holding space for what will require the highest growth of all of us. Deep breath in. This is a new way of living and being for many of us. We're excited to step into this. We know this is possible. We carry this frequency. Deep breath in. And exhaling. Good job. Deep breath in. Expanding consciousness, filling up, creating that space, exhaling. This is doing the work. Learning to use our physical vessel is easier than we think so many times. Exhaling. One more nice deep breath. Gratitude for all of you beings here. Deep breath in. Coming to expand your own consciousness. With this exhale, we're giving that back to the planet, sending that down into the crystalline grid. Good. Making this level of expansion available to anyone who wants to tune into it. Awesome. Good work, everybody. I simply love showing up and being with you guys in this space. It's so cool. Like, I can see Carl and William and Alexandra and Christy and Paul, all of you guys joining in. It's really cool to have the real-time connection. So I want to encourage you, keep plugging in here on Facebook. Of course, if you don't catch us live, the replays are a great way to stay connected. But go ahead and like this page, follow this page, click the notification to get the little ding on your phone when we go live so that you can participate with these moments of expansion. Every single one of our energy healer hosts who bring you a show at the Akashic Network bring you experiences. This is an experiential learning virtual classroom. Of course, if you want to go deeper and you want to know how the Akashic Records specifically can transform your life, I've got to invite you guys, get on my schedule. I make time to have that conversation one-on-one with you, and I would love to have it with you if you are feeling that pull and that call towards learning more and being initiated into that sacred space. Namaste, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me. Jack Coleman coming up next, 2 o'clock with Life Hackers. Be sure to share this out with somebody that you love. Have a good day, guys.